And it's here now in this nation. But they don't have fair elections, they don't have elections over there. But if we're going and voting and it's not counting for anything, then we need to find out how to fix the problem, because this is a very good read and it's very serious accusations that are going on with this vote scam. And so I'm recommending that you read this. So those are 2 books that I'm recommending. Also with my brochures, I have my brochures that are available. And my campaign is, because we're going door to door and I'm talking to people, we're talking to people personally. If you believe that it's time for a change, I'm going to ask you to take 12 of these and tell 12 friends. Tell 12 friends. Your personal recommendation and what you believe, saying, I heard this woman speak, I trust her, I think she'd be a good change. And take these with you and give them out. Or I have a Facebook page, and on my website and on the Twitter, you can tell 12 friends about that also. But it's very important that people are informed and that they know that someone is running and it's not just Roy Blunt. So take 12 of these. I've got bumper stickers. I also have, and this is, I didn't get these out, but I'm just going to show you this. If you want to donate $20 to the campaign, I'll give you this t-shirt. So this is We the People. So it's We the People, and it also has on the back too the KristiNichols 414. I want people to really keep that in the forefront. We can't be silent. You've got to raise your voice. You've got to tell people who you're voting for and why. This gentleman, said I'm voting for Peter Kinder. I was down in Branson all day today, and there's Peter Kinder signs everywhere. I thought, wow, this is great. But so we have to let our voices be heard, because that verse goes on to say, because that was pertaining to the Jews when they were planning on killing all of them, is that God raised up Esther for a time, and Mordecai came to her and said, planning on killing all the Jews, I know you're in the palace here, but you need to do something. And so she fasted and prayed, and she went before the king. She could have chose to be silent, but God told her, you can be silent, I will send somebody else. And don't think that you sitting up in that house there are going to be spared, but I will send somebody to deliver the Jews. But you have been called for such a time as this. And so this is in the forefront of my mind, the Esther call, that God has called me. He told me to run for this U.S. Senate seat. And, God is the God of impossibilities. And I think that we're going to see just a really major turnaround that's unexpected, because it's time. It's time. People are ready, and they're saying, we want somebody that serves us. And it is about we the people. We the people are in charge of our elected officials, and they answer to us. And it's time that when they don't, and they do things that are out of order with our values and our principles and what they've actually been called to do, then we vote them out and we get somebody new. And if this is which I believe the Constitution says that it is, that this is a time of service to the people, it's not a career, then there's plenty of opportunity that you go back and you start your business, you go back home. That was a time of service that you did for the people. It's not your career. And so I believe that now that people are taking back the reins on this government, and we're going to see a lot of shake-up, we're going to see a lot of breakup, and most of all, we're going to see a lot of wake-up. So I'm glad to be a part of that. Does anybody have any questions? One more thing that I do want to add. Common Core is on the forefront, and I'm against Common Core. I'm against it for a lot of reasons. Number one, public education is to educate our children, and that is to make them the best and the smartest that they can be, to excel to the highest standards so that they can go out and be productive citizens, once again, do their part to repair the world. What Common Core does, and I was actually a political science major before I went to Bible college, what I found out with the professors is that we would have this ongoing battle about their opinion and actually what was factual history. And I was told that I was going to be graded on what they taught, which was their opinion, and it was not factual according to history and according to what the truth was. So that's been happening in universities for a number of years. But I believe that the devil's never satisfied with what he can get, and we saw with Hitler and the brown shirts that when you can get the children when they're younger, you can form them into whatever you want them to be, because they're so impressionable. And they found that it took 15 years to deprogram those people that were working for Hitler, that he had programmed to think that killing Jews and his way of thinking was right, because they were just taught that. So Common Core is an indoctrination, and I'm sure that many of you have heard. It's being funded by the Pearson Group in a lot of Saudi Arabian countries that back Islam. And in the course of that study, there's 36 pages of social studies, guys, and it's teaching Islam, the 5 pillars of Islam. The children, you know, they wear the hijab and the burqa, they get down on the floor on the prayer mat, and they go to mosques for field trips. And it's an indoctrination to Islam. That's what it is. And it's being funded by Saudi Arabia and Saudi Arabian countries because they want to indoctrinate